I love college.
Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
Keno Radio. Keno Radio.
In every town, in every place, there's a boy who's trying to take a chance and dance and find a way to run away with her heart. In the back of an old Ford truck, in the bar just looking for love. Get a pair of oh my blue eyes, let them fireworks start. That American
Keno Radio. Myself, Dana, Andy here. No introductions. You know us all.
So I've been away for a while, guys.
Yeah, what's up with that?
MIA.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Yeah, you catch me at bad times. I don't know.
Because we definitely haven't been doing it at the same time every week for the
Look,
entire
what was-
semester.
Last week was...
You've been literally, actually, you have been MIA because we did Conway and Delgado.
Where was
we
after
did. You were MIA. You did. I did Jamie from the Real World. Or I mean the Challenge.
But that was like a Monday. Oh, that was a Monday night or something.
Yeah.
I skate. I got practice, bro.
True.
And then I was away for one of them.
So you just been MIA.
I've just been a ghost. I'm sorry,
MIA,
everybody.
MIA. So we got
really
the gang back together. We're
looking for
all
me.
good to go.
Yeah.
It is Thursday, right before spring break, which is awesome. We had Blarney last weekend. We got spring break coming up, so we're gonna talk a little bit about those. So before we get into spring break, I just want to reflect on Blarney, the best day of UMass ever. Sadly, the last one ever, which is the worst thing ever. It's a lot of evers there. But so, how was yours, Andy? Let's explain to everyone why you missed it and why
I've
you were
only
a
had
loser.
one Blarney in my
One?
life. I've had one Blarney.
I thought this was like the first time ever.
Nope. I've only had one Blarney. It was our sophomore year, and that's when we just raged it up at club hockey.
Not a
Keno.
bad one
Not
to
a
be
bad
your
one,
one.
honestly.
Sophomore year was the best
That was the
year.
best one.
That was the
Yeah.
best
So I'm
year.
told. So
Yeah.
maybe that's.
Honestly,
that
you
was my
don't even need
favorite.
another Blarney.
Yeah, that was my favorite
That's
one
all
too.
you need.
So where were you?
I was in Philadelphia
Mm-hmm.
in the playoffs for
Tell them how you did.
roller hockey. We lost in the semifinal, which was tough to swallow, but we're gonna rebound from it. We're going to Iowa anyways.
See, that's the thing that happened. If we went to Natty's, we would have missed out on spring break. So I was like, if we go to Natty's and we
that's
don't
this
win
week?
it all, it's not this weekend, it's next weekend.
Ooh.
So it's the worst. If it was
Yeah.
this weekend, we could have like played at Natty's and then gone straight to Daytona. Like I
Yeah.
would have just like straight from there.
Yeah.
But it's the one weekend of the year where it screws it all up. So I'd have been like, if you guys don't win Natty's, I'm gonna like murder you all, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you miss Blarney, but it's not even worth it because you don't win. How does
No.
that feel?
Really tough. All of us was sucked. Like we didn't like speak for hours after we lost. We were like, wow, like we go from like being like number one in the
All
country
high and
to, like,
mighty?
yeah, like knocked off the pedestal. That stunk. I hate losing. So
Good.
bad.
I
It's
don't know
a good
who
trait.
does.
It's a good trait.
I mean, who doesn't?
I'm
So
okay
much.
with it. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. So you missed out on Blarney.
But
So we'll do our best to recap.
you guys were there, yeah.
We were there. So how'd you start? What time did you wake up? What time did you wake up for Blarney? What's the wake up alarm at your house?
7. Kind of late.
We were 7
7's
o'clock.
late?
We were 6 o'clock last year. We did 7 because last year
7's late for girls that have to get ready
Oh,
and
yeah, you
like
guys
shower
ready.
and stuff.
I showered this year. I think for the first time on Blarney. That was a plus for me.
So
That
weird
was
way to
big.
start that sentence.
Yes.
My first Blarney shower.
First Blarney shower was and not a beer shower, so that was a round of applause for me. Ours was last year. We did a 6 a.m. wake up call, but it was still dark out. So we're like, that's a little too
Jeez,
early if
yeah.
it's still dark out.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird. So we did a 7 a.m. this year. Started drinking, and then what happens next for you guys? What was your like GP for the day? What was the thing?
So we got ready, got ready, did Irish car bombs.
Same.
We got
I didn't even drink mine. Just like let it pour down my face. I was like, it's too early for this.
Oh, I straight down.
Oh.
Yeah,
about it.
that
Yeah.
Jerry was all about it. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, type
Damn,
of
if,
thing.
that's
you know?
if that's like one of the first things I'm drinking in the day, that's
It's
tough to
it's
put
for like
down.
8 o'clock.
Right?
How
Exactly.
do you do that?
It's not
I'm
fun.
very impressed.
Slam
I
Irish
cannot.
car bombs.
I didn't like that at all, but I tried, but I didn't
Alright.
do
And then
too well.
we went to, my friend had like a breakfast, like kegs and eggs type thing.
Yep, that's always
At-
fun.
Yeah, she lives above Starbucks
Oh,
in the center of town.
Alright.
yep.
I'm into
So we didn't know whether the bars were going to open or not, which they didn't end up opening until like 4, I think.
Yeah.
So we were going to see, our game plan kind of went from there because we would already be in the center to see what we could do.
hmm So were you planning on going to the bars at noon? If they opened at noon?
I think so. we didn't really have a solid plan.
Yeah, right.
We
It
were
was
just kind of
kinda go
like,
with
if
the flow.
it's there, we
See
could.
what
If
happens.
it's not,
We heard, because the same thing, we heard that they were opening at noon this year.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's do it. And I was really hesitant because I was like, I don't know if I want to spend 13 hours at a bar. Like, I don't have the funds to go like from like
True.
noon
Does
to
anyone?
1
That's a
a.m.
lot of drinks.
Right?
God.
And so I was like, I don't really want to do that. So when I heard they were open at 4, I was like, that's kind of, we have a lot of, all pretty much like half our friends work at OTT. So we got word like a couple of days before that they weren't open till 4. So like, that's awesome.
yeah.
So we did that. We went over to Amity, Amity Street, one of our buddies' house at like 9, and had a nice gathering. That was good for a while, and then like the word kind of got out, and it got really, not really big, but it got big to the point where their landlord came, and they're Cayman's landlord people.
That's who I have.
Yeah, I have Cayman's too, and Peter Cayman showed up himself. Was
He.
Yeah,
Cayman.
the-
I've never interacted
Peter
with
Caymans.
the Cayman.
and the police officer who came to break
What
it
an
up
honor.
Yeah. Wow.
was like, do you know who this guy is? And my buddy was like, no. Who are you? And he's like, I'm Peter Caymans. They was like, oh, okay, this is kind of serious. So they kicked us all out of there probably at like noon 30, which I don't get because we had probably 200 people.
Kyle's learning how to tell time.
I know, right?
It's okay.
We had
We'll bear with him.
we had like 200 people in the yard, like in a confined area, just not really
Christ.
doing
You
anything.
guys are just.
Yeah. And then the cop comes and kicks us all out. And
Then
it's
everyone
like,
goes
now we
everywhere.
have 200 people
Yeah.
roaming the street. It's like, why not just stand in front of us and make sure, like, stand on the street and, like, look at us and make sure
That's what I don't.
nothing's happening.
That's like when they originally started this whole no more Blarney thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing bad ever happened at the townhouses.
No, no.
They
It's
did,
just a big gathering.
yeah, and they watched. That's what they did in the townhouses. They used to stand like on the perimeters, pretty much just watch and like make sure nothing bad was happening.
And then at, like, 3
So,
o'clock,
like,
they
yeah,
kick you
like
up.
3 o'clock when like some jackass gets on the roof and tries
Everyone
to like
starts
jump
throwing
off.
beers at him. That's the only times when people start, like, throwing beers and, like,
Yeah, beer
bottles
bottles
around,
and
which
stuff
I
like
never
that.
understood.
And they're
Why
not
is that
there
cool?
to stop you from going in. They can't. They're like, yeah, go on
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, right?
So,
Yeah, and then they would break it up, and then it would be fine. And there was no problem with it in the beginning.
There's never really, like...
They tried to fix something that wasn't broken,
Right? Exactly.
and then they really fucking broke it.
It's really badly. Well, and the whole thing started it wasn't even like a day drink. It all just started like as a 21-year-old go to the bars at like,
Yeah.
noon. That's what the Blarney Blowout originally was.
The
It
bars
was for the
started
bars.
it.
How long ago was that?
Exactly.
I mean, was that way before us? Blarney was
Yeah.
like
It was definitely
thing.
before us. I'm pretty sure it was before my brother, who was 2 years older than me, was here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it originated, and then it kind of took off. I remember freshman year I did the townhouses, which was awesome.
year I did the townhouses,
It was like
too.
75 and sunny out. I remember.
It was
beautiful.
beautiful.
It was like yesterday.
I remember not knowing what it was. Me, like my
Same.
roommate and I, were like, I think it's just a day drink where you just dress in green.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. And so, like, we kind of just put in everything green we had and went.
Right? I vividly remember being in Burke eating pancakes and sausage and syrup. And someone being like, hey, I heard there's a townhouse
I was
day drink
mid
today.
chocolate milk.
Legitimately. I can literally like taste the maple syrup sausage going in my gullet. And I was like, I heard there's a day drink, and we were kind of like, I don't know, like, do we want to go? We're kind of like still feeling it from last night. Like, I guess we'll check it out.
Yeah.
And it turned out to like be Blarney.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was kind of wild. And that, I think, sophomore year was when it really, everyone caught wind of
Sophomore
it.
year was unbelievable.
Everyone
the
caught
best
wind
day
of
ever.
it. It was. It was
Sophomore
wild.
year was when they tried to cancel it. No, it wasn't.
No, junior year
Junior
was.
year, last
Sophomore
year.
year, they weren't ready for it.
Yeah, and
that's
then
when
it
it like really took off.
Right.
And, well, no,
right,
they're
right.
ready for the townhouses, but
And then
which
it
resulted in
dispersed
it being
I was
everywhere.
at
awful.
Yeah.
Brandywine for
Yeah.
most of that day.
Really?
Brandywine, yeah. Then they like started shooting the pellets at us.
Yeah,
I was in, sophomore year, I was at Clocky.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
then
where I was.
Then I walked all the way there.
Well, I
We
started.
just stumbled upon because we lived in Southwest, so we were just kind
Yeah.
of walking down here and we were like, we'll just see what we find. And then we just walked like next to Clocky and we were like,
Yeah, crazy.
all right.
town.
So we just like
Wild.
walked in and we were there from the very beginning to like.
Exactly.
I
Because my buddies lived at Keno that year, and so I got up and went to my brother's house in the
R.I.P.
morning
Keno.
at like 7. I know, right? R.I.P. Keno. Sorry, check out the video. And we went to my brother's house at like 7, just like pregame and do all this stuff. And then my girlfriend Jules calls and was just like, yo, you should come to Keno. It's like a lot of people. I was like, all right, like whatever. Like there's like a gathering. I was like, all right, cool. So we called like an Uber, or it was taxi back then. It was before
Yeah,
Uber was
there was
even
no
a thing.
Uber. Yeah,
how
Kids
wild
don't
is that?
understand
Yeah.
that like we didn't
Taxis
have Uber
were
back
so
then.
It's like relatively new.
Funky Cab and like I was a big
Yeah.
Aaron's Paradise guy. Was my go-to.
The best was just usually sometimes we wouldn't even call a cab. You'd go down and be like, all right, someone called one. Jump
Yeah,
in
right.
that one.
And Hoffman,
Yeah.
the struggle,
Southwest, it
dude.
was like fight to the death.
Yes,
Any cab
it was
you can
great.
get in.
You'd have to, you'd go to like College Pizza and
Yep.
call one, so they'd like sneak over there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. So we tried in everything, or like, there's no cabs, like blah blah blah. I was like, what's going on? Like, because it still like wasn't that big of a thing. It wasn't as big as it is now. So we finally got over there, and I walked in. I was like, holy guacamole, this is like massive. And then it only got bigger.
Was mobbed. And
Huge.
people were walking on North Pleasant to get there. Like, I was a part of a mass exodus just down the street.
And their whole thing, they didn't even want to do it. They were just having like a pregame outside because it was nice out, and some dude came over with bagpipes and was like playing bagpipes, and that like attracted people, and then it just escalated until like the SWAT team, like the big time SWAT team.
I remember my friends that were meeting us there because we were like, oh, we did the same thing. We were like, oh, come to Clocky or Keno, whatever, same thing, and they were like, okay, like we're on our way. We heard about that before too. He's like, I'm in some sort of parade. Because he was like, we're just walking, like, it's just a bunch of people. He was like, everyone, like, a parade of college students.
Everyone caught wind from, like, the townhouse in Blarney because they shut that down to go to Keno, which it was awesome, but it was muddy. It was really muddy.
It was so muddy,
Because the driveway
my shoes, like,
sucks. It's gravel.
I couldn't even, like, step anywhere.
I threw mine up.
Yeah, I remember my buddy had brand new fresh white shoes, and he was sleeping in my dorm.
I did that this year.
He left them.
I was senior.
See those right there? See those green and white all beat up? Those are the Blarney shoes right there. You got to have the pair.
not for Blarney. I just had one of the townhouses day drinks like a couple weeks ago. I wore white Converse high tops. White
That's
chucks.
tough.
Like all like nice and white.
Nice white Converse.
And they're ruined.
Chucks.
And now they're gross.
Brown now, but I'm gonna try to bleach them.
Magic eraser.
I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, I remember he left them in a stall in the dorms. He was just like, I don't want these, and just left them like by the toilet.
And then obviously all those videos that surfaced of like those 3 kids like getting down,
getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, and like getting pepper sprayed like this close. It was wild. It was literally like a war.
Yeah.
It was.
My phone died that
awesome.
day.
Yeah,
I think everyone's did.
No, like died. Like I dropped it in a toilet.
I think meant like ran out of batteries.
No.
I was like, yeah,
R.I.P. No, I went to I got back and I was like, my phone kept falling out of my back pocket, and I was like, I need to not put it there anymore.
Yeah, right.
So I put it in my back pocket. I went to go to the bathroom. It fell right in the toilet. It's before I went to the bathroom, so I reached in, grabbed it, ran outside. My friend's friend was coming to visit, and she had just gotten there, and I called her on the phone. I was like, we need to go to Big Y right now. I need rice. I was running around. I was hammered. I was running around the aisles of Big Y screaming about rice. And finally I found one. I just shoved my phone in the aisle, and rice goes everywhere. And the lady was like, what are you doing?
Like, I'm going to buy this.
And then I walked up to the counter to buy it. And I was like, and I had my phone sticking out. Rice was everywhere. She was like, okay.
Unreal. That was definitely the best one. That was definitely the most fun one.
Unreal.
But this year, back to this year, we'll fill you more in. I know so much reminiscing.
It was unreal.
What happened? So we got dispersed. We went to Fearing Street. Wild card of the day, spontaneous thing of the day. Hit the Jason Derulo concert.
You did?
Just walked over to Mully's, caught an hour at Derulo, and walked back.
What? Did you have a ticket?
Did you pay?
It was free. No, we called up the Mullins, and because they had their concert, we were like, has Derulo gone on yet? Because Derulo's my boy. I love him. And
he loves himself too.
He was like, they're like, nah, you should be on soon. We're like, all right, do we have to pay? And they're like, nope. We're like, all right, we're coming. Just walked over there
because you needed a ticket.
No, we got one at the the box or whatever it is.
They're free.
Because my buddy lives right next to Southwest, so we just literally showed up, went in there, saw Derulo, out. Right back into it. It was great.
Wow.
It was and it was kind of like the downtime too, when everyone, the 2 to 3 o'clock where everyone kind of dies from the morning, recoups and eats, and everyone's going to Burke. I was like, I'm going to Derulo instead of Burke type of thing.
Wow, kind of a good move, huh?
Right? I liked it.
He pretty awesome Blarney.
Yeah, it was great. He was electric. I don't know if you've ever seen him live. That guy can dance. Oh my god, I love him. I forgot how many songs he has. I forgot all the jams.
Riding solo.
Oh yes, dude. He didn't play The Other Side though, which is my favorite Derulo song. So I was kind of bummed about that. He can dance like the best of them. So I love that. Came back. And then I think went to the bar. Or no, came back here. And that's when, I don't know, do you remember seeing me on Blarney?
Did I see you?
Yep.
I did see you. I knew I saw you on Blarney.
You were cross-legged in the driveway.
Yeah.
So what's going on there?
I was over there. I knew I was here.
Yeah.
I knew I was here.
I had just I walked around Amherst, probably the perimeter of Amherst at least 8 times. Oh. I had the longest day. Filled with so many unnecessary activities I didn't want to be a part of.
You said 3 phones broke or something in your day.
What?
So I parked my car at Starbucks, and we ended up going to Railroad Street right down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like we had a pretty solid gathering there too.
Yeah.
Until
I heard someone was saying Railroad Street.
Yeah, I went. So I went back. I left the gathering, whatever, to go get more beers in my car. That was at Starbucks. So I walked like up this street to like the center to Starbucks. My friend came with me. She was visiting. By the time we got back, there was cops at the house.
Oh.
Because
At Railroad?
Yeah, and I was like, we need to go in there because all my friends are there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my phone was dead at the time. My phone died.
What time is this? Before noon?
No.
No.
This was after Derulo when I saw
Oh, you were back.
Yeah. So it's probably like 3 or 4.
Well, you saw me at the tail end of this adventure, so it had started.
I'd probably say at 5 because I was going to
I would
Bruno's to
say,
get
or 1.
dinner.
Yeah.
Where I was going, so.
And then I got back there. I just kind of walked past the cops. I had to go see all my friends, like if they were still in there. So they didn't really care. They just told us to move everybody inside, which not everybody fit inside. So like other people
Kind
left.
of weird move.
It was it was another house next door.
Yeah.
We found that had people too, so they all went inside there, I think, and we found out the reason was some girl was just unresponsive in the other house. So the ambulance had to come,
right.
so the cops had to come. So that was the whole reason the cops came. Whatever.
Yep.
Girl got taken away.
Oh.
Hope she's all right.
She's all right.
Yeah.
Hope she's all right.
I hope she's okay. I don't know who it was. And then by the time we got back there, my friend had lost her phone. She had no idea where it was. And I was like, it's probably in my car because we were just there.
True.
So you go
And-
back to the car.
Well, then I
boy.
called my friends who live on Main Street, and I was like, come back to Railroad. The cops are gone, whatever. 'Cause some people had left because not everybody could fit in the car.
Yeah.
In the house. So then I called my other friends, and I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell the story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this. I called my other friends, and I was like, come back. Like, Main Street's coming back. And then I see my friend sprinting down the street. And I was like, oh, there's... What's his face? He was telling the story. And then I was like, hey! And then a cop sprinting after him.
Oh, let's go!
Oh,
Yes!
God. And then, so I dropped my backpack and I started walking that way, and I was like, what's going to happen? And then there was some guy getting arrested, like, underneath the railroad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, police officers and, like, dogs, like, barking up above the railroad thing. And I was like, I don't know which one he is, whatever.
Yikes.
So then I was like, I ran back to railroad because his roommates were there. And I was like, we have a problem. And
Oh, Jesus.
so then he calls, like, roughly 20 minutes later for bail money. So we're like, all right, he got arrested. So then we went to jail to bail him out.
Wow.
And then I kept walking to go to Starbucks to find a
Did you
a
get to
phone.
bail him out? Like, was he, like, ready to rock?
Yeah, the bail bondsman had just gotten there. So he was
buddy-
lucky. He's in and out
yeah.
20 minutes.
That's,
Which
ooh.
is
I had, like, a
usually-
5-hour ordeal when I had to bail one of my buddies out. But go on.
And
it was
then,
no fun. And that was at, like, 3 in the morning to, like, 7 in the morning.
I mean, I didn't even see him
I'm
because
stressed out.
I went back to Starbucks to look at my car for her phone. Couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Fun.
Nowhere.
Swing and miss for the phone.
Yeah, we kept walking back. We peed in a bush in front of a church.
Yes! Oh!
Oh, God. I was going to say customary on Blarney, but
Yeah!
Oh.
I was like, I remember exactly what bush we peed in. It was in front of that church. Let's
The
go.
one
It's
on
probably there.
Oh.
Wasn't there.
Oh, I was going to say
Yeah.
that'd be pretty awesome.
Wow.
if it
I know.
was.
But then so my friend lives on Gray Street. One of my other friends, Allie, lives on Gray Street. And I was like, hopefully your house is open. I think she went back to Railroad. I'm not sure if he's still there. So it was like, let's go to her house. I'm going to charge my phone. And we're going to find your phone using Find My iPhone.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, I was like, a huge
You're like really into it.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so we went there. And then in her front yard, I found a phone. And not friend's phone, not friend's phone. But I found this phone. And I was like, oh my God. This is going to be instant karma. We're going to find your phone now because I'm going to turn this phone in.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to give this back to this person.
Right?
Okay.
So then we went to her house. I plugged my phone in. First thing that pops up is a message from her boyfriend saying they found Emily's phone. And they turned it into the police station.
Timeout.
What? So you had to go back
On
to
the
police
phone you found?
Nope.
No,
I
hers.
plugged my phone in.
Oh, on your phone.
Hers
I
was
thought,
alive.
My dead
I thought on the
phone, yes.
phone you found. You got a
No.
text.
Imagine.
I was like,
No.
whoa, that'd be
That would
wild.
have been like Inception.
That's
Like,
wild. So you found the. So
they're
did
like,
you?
hey,
Her
your
phone's
phone's
at the police station, and then people kept calling. That I couldn't unlock the phone, so I couldn't call
Yeah,
anybody. So
yeah.
I was like, "Hey, I have this." Whoever called, I was like, "I have this phone. I don't know whose it is. Like, who did you call?" And they said like her name is Danielle Roma, and I know her from. She's friends of friends.
Yeah.
I've met her one time, maybe.
Yeah,
Alright.
sure.
I just
sure.
heard the name, and then So I was like, all right, well, tell her I'm bringing to the police station. Whatever, she can come get it later. And they're like, oh, awesome, okay. So we went to go retrieve a phone and turn in a phone to the police station. Then I'm walking back. We're finally going to go back to Railroad. Finally.
So you had walked again to the police station.
I have been walking up and down Main Street.
If you wear a
probably
Fitbit,
30
your
times.
steps are through
Right?
the
Right?
roof.
I was so sore the next day.
Oh
my
my God.
feet hurt so bad. It was terrible. And then that's when I saw you.
Yeah.
Because I was walking, because I saw some girl and I was walking down the street. She goes, "Do you know what time the bar is open?" I was like, "I think 4, I'm not sure." She goes, "Do you know what time it is now?" I lost my phone. I was like, "You're Danielle Roma." She was like, "Yeah, I am." And I was like, "I just turned your phone to the police station. Let's go get it." And she was like, "Oh my God, okay." So
Trip number 3 to the police station.
back to the police station.
Wow.
The reception at the police station loves me. Got back there, got her phone. Then I saw you. This is when I
Yes.
saw you finally walking back to Railroad.
But you were taking a little pit stop. You were.
Well, my friend Peter was outside your house.
Okay.
He's friends with people on the baseball team.
All
I was
right.
like, "Peter, what are you doing?" Whatever.
That
And I
makes
was talking
sense.
to them.
Because you were like
You
sitting
came out.
down, and I was like, "Hey, like,
Yeah.
is everything cool?" Like I was a little like worrisome. I was like, "Is everything all right?"
Everything was not cool.
Yeah, right. And then you told me
I
this
was
story.
tired. And then
And I just wanted my Brunos. I was like, "Sorry, but I'm really hungry. I
Yeah.
gotta go get Brunos
Wow.
right
we
now."
Wow.
left quickly after that. We went back to Railroad,
Yeah.
went straight to the bars, just to basically try to keep ourselves like occupied. And
Yeah.
we were like, we
Sure,
can't
sure.
stop now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, yeah, I got Brunos, ate, and then went to OTT.
we
And
went to the pub.
how was the pub? Fun.
It was all right. Yeah, I mean, we just didn't want to pay the $10 cover at OTT.
$10 at OTT. Tough.
That you
I
apparently
feel like
have
you're
to
a
make us your
VIP
friends there.
probably. Yeah.
I didn't pay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
there
kid
was a
wouldn't let me in the
$10
back
cover,
door.
so-
The kid wouldn't let me in the back door, and I was like, "Just like let me in. Like I go here enough. Like I swear, I'll be good to go." And he was like, "No." So I went to the front, and then the bartender was like, "Yeah, you can just come in." And I was like, "Now I look like a jerk to everyone in line because I'm going in front of everyone. Like you should have just let me sneak in the back." So I was a little bummed about that.
Damn.
But I didn't spend any money. Woke up no money at the bar on Saturday night, so that was cool.
I didn't spend a lot of money.
I don't know how that happened. I went all last weekend, didn't spend $1. So that was
That
awesome.
is unreal. How do you manage
I don't
this?
know.
That's
I don't know.
Like girls get
Yeah,
that?
girls,
Why?
like-
Why
I
spend
don't
so
know.
much money?
I don't
What the hell?
know. I literally woke up. I had a $10 bill from Thursday night that I didn't utilize once until it's still in my wallet
Are
right
you
now.
kidding me?
Swear to God, it's great. It was great. It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend.
Was it like your
for me.
birthday and you didn't tell anybody?
No, it was just the magic of Blarney. But it was a great day. We had our last clocky game at 11 a.m. in Springfield the day after, so that was hilarious. That was the most fun game I've ever played in my entire life.
Oh my God.
Sounds like the most miserable.
Oh
game.
no,
The
because
Snapchats out of that
still,
game were probably.
Were you guys like just still drunk?
Unbelievable.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
They kept
Everyone
going.
was
Yeah.
still gonzo. So it wasn't like if it was like a 3:00 game, it would have been so
Probably would've
miserable.
Yeah.
But, like it was early enough where everyone was just having a blast out there.
That makes sense.
And I guess we played ULOL and they like had a big day drink too, so they were like the same thing. So it was literally like the best way to end a clocky career of all time. So that was great. So it was a fantastic weekend.
Oh yeah, shit! You're already done, man. Hey, I want to say congrats on a hell of a couple.
I know
of years,
I'm
huh?
into the beer league. I'm full beer league man now.
All right.
Done with college
All
hockey.
right.
Never really became a college hockey player. So then we have this grind week. How's everyone's midterm week going? It's been horrible for me.
Hell.
I've had the most work I've had probably all year combined
Yep.
in this week.
This week.
And the worst part, I've had I think 2 tests and 2 papers, but for me that's a lot. Like a real
That's
lot.
still a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
2
I
papers
wrote a
and
paper
2
today,
tests.
right? So I was like,
Effectively, yeah. That's
so I've been grinding through. I'm finally done. I'm in spring break mode. You're not.
no,
You're still being a nerd.
because I'm always a nerd.
You're always a nerd.
You don't get it.
I know. So how are they going for you? You all right? You hanging in there?
I had one today. I had one Tuesday. I got another paper due in a few hours.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It doesn't end. I had to push back our start time because I had to be in my research lab. Brutal.
Are you researching anything like good, important?
Uh,
Anything fun? Anything relative to me?
Relative to Dana, maybe because it's only with girls.
All right.
All right, sexist, but go on.
Hey, I don't make
What
the
is it?
rules. It's a stereotype threat test. Not like that. Stereotype threat just means if
I
I
don't
gave
get
you.
it.
That sounds like the Michael Scott movie.
No. It's
Threat
like,
level midnight.
It's like, shit, I don't even know if I could be saying this. That's breaking confidentiality.
Hey, then don't.
Yeah.
Don't. We don't want to
yeah.
get you in any
Yeah,
trouble.
no,
We don't want you to
it's
get in
just
any
a
trouble.
test for females, and it's through the Learning Lab, cognitive development, stuff like that. It's pretty interesting if you're a nerd like me.
That's awesome. That
And
sounds great.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything awesome going on? you say you were not Dunzo? Are Dunzo?
Semi-Dunzo class.
Semi-Dunzo?
I don't generally go to, but need to start before I fail and I don't graduate. Kind of have to go tomorrow.
Right.
Comp sci?
Comp sci, yeah. So I've had comp sci labs. I had
What is comp sci? I just need a quick run through.
computer science.
Does that like do?
God, it's the worst.
Yeah. The one I'm taking now is like it's like a different program. It's Python. So you just like, it's called Python. You build codes to like make. It's like kind of how they make video games ish, like in images and like moving images and stuff like that.
Yeah, you make like small little like scenarios that happen, right?
The one the lab I'm working on now, you have to like build a fish tank with like a certain amount of fish and like they swim around, like but all using code and stuff. And
I never understood that
like,
whole coding.
Yeah, so you type in a bunch of letters and
I had
gibberish.
to figure out the code. It's like
and then at the end you're like, all right, run. And then,
and you hit run and then pray to God it works.
And hope that there's
and
no
hope,
typo.
and if it doesn't, don't throw your computer across the room.
And this might be a dumb question, but if you're say you run your program whatever and it doesn't work out, does it say what's wrong or you have to find it?
You have to find it. Sometimes it'll be like error line like 19 and you have to like look through the code and like see what line it is obviously and then see what you think you did but sometimes it doesn't tell you and you just have to like look for it or you have to figure out what you did wrong.
So when you're doing this, I feel like I asked someone, I forget if it was one of you guys, but like is it all like the black screen with the like neon green? Is that like what you guys are dealing with?
That's Emacs. That's a different program.
Like Bill Gates stuff. Is that what you guys do?
I did that in 105 and 1. I'm taking 119 now. I took.
So do you just like look at like
year.
symbols and numbers and like they make fish in a tank or something?
Literally
basically
gibberish, dude.
just words like words and like
colons, parentheses.
Yeah. Brackets.
What?
Yep. It's
I
wild,
will
man.
never understand that.
I still don't understand it.
Never understand how computers work.
Like the fact that we're doing this now is a ton of comp sci. A ton.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
it's a computer.
On a computer is
anything
all
ever.
comp sci.
Your phone is wild.
I don't want it. Don't
Like,
ask me how
in
text
105,
messages
we like
work.
built a website from the back end from like writing code, and like put different buttons and stuff on.
And even that's complicated.
I still don't know what any of that means. I don't know what the whole coding means. I don't know
I think
that.
he's still
stuff.
hung up on the whole Earth is flat.
Yeah.
No, that's a different story. I just like
We are
technology.
not doing that
This
again.
is just-
Okay?
Technology just goes right over my head.
Same, which is why this is so hard.
So why do you do it? Like I'm taking
Have to,
Anthro
man.
102.
In theory-
I'm learning about Blackbeard's sunken ship today.
In theory,
It's
an
pretty cool.
IT minor sounds really good for the resume,
Yeah.
and it still does sound really good. It all does, but doing it
is
is a
no
different
fun.
story. No.
It's no fun.
And I already
you can
committed
just put
to
it
it.
on your resume. I mean, they don't really check.
Yeah, true. I mean, if I do fail this class and I don't graduate, I'm going to take a bullshit class to graduate and say I have an IT minor, probably.
Anthro 102. They're nice.
So our next thing's gonna have to be spring break.
I was going to say, so next topic, we're going to spring break. Like I said, I'm hopefully going to make a video of spring break, some on the beaches. Hopefully it'll be funny with the southern characters down there. We got 3 spring breakers right now. That's why I'm a little low today. I'm sitting on the cooler because our buddy Jerry, Jerry, he's being a nerd out there, and he wouldn't let me get the chair, so I had to sit on the cooler.
Nothing
today.
wrong with being a nerd.
But like I said, a lot wrong with it. Have fun. I had to get we were talking about the posture. I got the cooler posture going for big week in Daytona. Where are you guys going?
Me first?
Someone's got to go. When I give the point, someone's got to go right away.
all
That's
I'm
the
going
boom.
to Tampa, Florida.
Yes.
And
Tampa Bay or Tampa? Or is that the same thing?
Same deal.
Okay, well, sorry.
Yeah, come on, man. Going to stay with a buddy who goes to the U of Tampa.
The Spartans.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Have a couple girly drinks on the beach.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yes. Where you
I'm
going?
going to Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. So we'll all be in the Sunshine State.
Yep.
Yes.
Are you guys? I was a virgin to the Sunshine State until last year when I went on spring break.
You had never been to Florida?
Never been to
before?
Really
Florida.
never?
Never.
Wow.
That's weird.
My family used. Sorry.
Kind of weird. Yeah, honestly.
I feel like Florida's like somewhere
The
you go
first
like
place
when
you
you're
go.
My dad,
Yeah.
my dad hates it.
What?
Absolutely hates Florida. He
weird thing to
thinks
hate.
it's just
Yeah, I know.
he thinks it's just strictly strip malls. That's because he goes on business trips and he
Oh,
goes to
that's why.
Orlando, and I'm like, you should probably go to the beach because there's no strip malls on the beach. But he doesn't listen to me. We used to go to South Carolina every
Lakes.
year for our vacation. That's why we never really went to Florida. But I loved it. I love the Sunshine State, so I'm very happy to be back. It's been way too long since I've been there. I'm going to Daytona Beach. So what do you guys got on tap? Anything exciting? I love spring break. I don't know. I think everyone does, but this is my week of life.
Yeah, this
Like
is
I
you.
am really
This is
excited.
what you're all about.
How excited are you?
pretty fired up. I don't think I'm as fired up though as you were freshman year when you bought that plane ticket to Suntan City.
That is true. That was a funny story. I was a little under the influence. I got excited.
When I met Kyle, he was searching plane tickets to Suntan City.
I was, and I
Is
bought
that a
one.
place?
No.
Yeah, well, Panama City Beach is Suntan City.
Well,
Right.
yeah, I know, but is that like if you search it, does anything come up?
Like on Google, it
And
would
then
come
you-
up as PCB.
And then you
but
bought that ticket to
there's-
LA.
And that's well, I ended up just buying a one way to LA, non-refundable.
All right.
Mm.
You're just gonna stay there. You're like, fuck it, fuck this whole college thing. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna go
like
to
I
LA.
honestly was,
Make it
or
big.
I was like, I mean, I would have just made my way back somehow. If I had Keno Radio, maybe I would have
ambitious.
taken the video
Imagine.
cam with me.
Wow.
Yeah, the only part that I didn't want to do was there's a 5-hour layover in Chicago, so I would have got real bored. So I didn't want to do that. That's the only thing.
Well, bottom line is you live for spring break. And,
I do.
And that's
I
something
do.
I
How are you guys getting there?
flying.
Plane.
Oh, see, I'm a big roadie guy. I'm
God.
taking the
I
car.
could not.
I'm taking the car. I went to PCB last year in the car. I went to Texas last year in the car. I'm
I
going
know
to
people who
Daytona
went
in
to
the car.
PCB last year in a car, and they will never do it again.
Like you think you
I
love your
love it.
friends until you're in the car with
until
them.
you're in the car with them
for 12 hours.
Yeah.
See, I love it. I did a one-on-one
Oh, yeah, you were
two-person
golden.
roadie
That's-
voluntarily with my buddy to Dallas last year after spring semester. I drove to Dallas with him, then flew home. Stayed in Nashville for 2 nights, which is the best city in the country. But I love road trip. I think they're the best thing. I literally.
I cannot be contained in a car for that
No way.
long. I'll go
I agree.
insane.
Lose my mind.
You gotta have the mindset of it's not like
I don't.
it's not like you're getting there. It's not like
Gone.
when you're going we're going to Amherst. All right, we have 2 hours to get to Amherst. It's like I am sitting in this car for a day. You gotta go in with that mindset. It's
That sounds
That's even worse to me.
torturous.
I love it. I love just literally give me a pack of combos, some Glacier Freeze
They don't even
Gatorade,
say combos.
and beef jerky, and that's all. That's the road trip power pack right there. I'm gonna patent that. That's literally. I'm gonna sell them in a Lunchables thing, beef jerky combos and blue Gatorade. That's I mean, dude, that's all I
I
need.
love beef jerky.
Literally all I need.
Big beef
The only
jerky,
thing
yeah.
is it stinks up the car.
Big
beef
time.
jerky.
Yeah,
Once,
beef
as soon as
jerky's-
you open it, everyone's like, oh, come on. So you gotta stay away from that. You gotta stay away from the sour cream and onion
Combos
chips.
too. You've had one combo. Next thing you know, the bag of combos is gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Combos are so underrated, I think, as a snack.
But they're
I
only a
love it.
roadie snack. I wouldn't go buy combos to sit in my house. to eat.
Exactly.
I wouldn't
I'd-
sit on the couch and eat combos.
No,
Yeah.
I would-
It's only when you're traveling.
Exactly.
It's bizarre.
Exactly, because I don't think you can get them anywhere else besides a gas station.
Yeah.
On the highway, I
Yeah.
don't think they sell them anywhere else. But that's
pizza
perfect. That's all I
combos?
need. That's
Oh,
all if you need a
God.
little sugar kick, Reese's Fast Break. That's where I get. That's for dessert for my road trip.
But you're telling me you get pumped up to be in this one spot.
I've
in
been
this
saying,
car.
I've literally been on record. I said it today when I was talking to Jules about it. She's like, "Oh, I can't wait to be in Florida." I was like, "To be honest, I can't wait to be in New Jersey, to just."
The Jersey Turnpike is the worst place
All
in
right,
America.
maybe
Are you,
Maryland.
wait, are you driving with your girlfriend?
No, I did. It was
She was
me.
like, that is a true test of a
Yeah.
relationship.
Me-
because someone would die.
Me, my buddy, and my girlfriend and his girlfriend went to PCB last year.
Relationship
So it was a
tips.
double date. It was a double date all the way down. However,
16-hour double date sounds like my hell.
Wow.
they plugged in, it was right when Serial came out, or they were listening to Serial, so they plugged that in. Hilarious, because they listened to it, together, but on 2 separate headphones. So, they're listening at the same time.
Why wouldn't you just?
Why don't you just put it in the,
On the car radio?
Because we didn't
you
have,
didn't have that.
aux cord, so we were going radio all the way down to PCB last
Super
year. So
unprepared for
Oh,
this
no.
program.
So it was very, we didn't really have a car till last minute, so we had to grab my buddy's car. So it was I pretty much done 2 one-on-one road trips, because they didn't say a word the whole thing. We're either sleeping or listening to Serial the whole time, which is pretty, like I said, I'm cool with it. I
Honestly,
love
I think
road
this is a
trips.
testament to your patience and to your.
I literally,
Yeah.
I enjoy, I'm craving one right now.
See,
I will say going PCB in March and then Texas in May, I was like, this is kind of close together, but having one every year, I'm in on that.
So you said your girlfriend just plugged in her cereal and listened to that and whatever.
Curled
And,
up, they were
fell
both just
asleep.
sleeping and
See,
Serial.
that wouldn't be me. I would go insane.
Oh.
I'd be annoying as hell, and that someone would throw me out of the car. It wouldn't be that way.
Yeah,
because
I
I
mean-
can't do road trips. I guess you have to have 2 people in a relationship that
Yeah.
can do road trips.
Yeah.
to make that
It was
work.
her first one ever, so she was literally a green thumb when it came to it. When I went to South Carolina every year, I drove there. So
wild.
for 17 years, I drove to South Carolina, which is a 15 to 20 hour depending on traffic thing. So I grew up with road trips, so that was kind of helps. But I love them. I mean, I love them.
Interesting.
They're a lot of fun. But
Past 6 hours, I start to get sick.
Yeah. I'm starting to get.
You just literally get the mindset. You're just like, I'm in it.
When I was little,
I'm in it. The way home sucks.
We go to Lake Placid all the
Yeah.
time to go skiing.
Yeah.
And when I was little, it's like this certain part. I don't know. It's like right 6 hours on the dot. In the exact same spot.
You
I
must
throw up.
recognize where you are.
I don't
and you're
know.
Like, boom.
Every like
That's a
from
thing
when I
in
was
the science
little
world.
to like even now, like I get there and I throw up.
Yep.
It's immediate. It's weird.
That's the thing. Spatial
Just
recognition.
throw up.
Yep.
I get
Nerd.
kind of car sick when I read, so I can't read in the
gotta
car. But
Sorry.
I don't know. It's all about games, and no, I don't know.
Games?
No, not games.
Games
are
that
back
don't
in
know
the
me.
day.
I'd be like, please shut up.
I Spy.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
Is that what you play? What do you play?
I used to play I Spy back in the day. I don't even know. See, I'm trying
There's
to
like
remember.
license plate
The
games,
thing,
isn't there?
a thing that's
Oh,
key.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Thing that's key that I did when I was a one-on-one roadie. That was interesting. Just two people. That was interesting. I didn't know how that would be, but especially when you have one-on-one. But the key is accepting silence. Like you can't try to talk the entire time. No. You have to accept that you'll go like maybe an hour and a half with no one talking and just like everyone thinking. Like, you know, you're in the car too long where you can like have a conversation the whole time, you know? Like when I was going to Texas, we'd flip on the Howard Stern show, listen to that, and not say a word for 2 hours.
It's
That's the
different.
type of thing you gotta go.
I couldn't do any of this, but like listening to something, like listening to a podcast like together or something.
Yeah, because
would
then
be
you can
easy,
kind of
'cause
like
then you can
tone
listen,
it.
someone
Like,
else is talking for you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have like silence. We're all just sitting there thinking.
well, yeah, that's
But what I do,
psychotic. I don't
like,
think
random things.
I don't. Who goes on in a car and doesn't have anything on?
It's just like, I'd start spilling secrets. If you
Yeah.
cheated on that test last week.
That's good.
I'm sorry.
So in your head, you just can't stop.
I like that. That's what I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get, and I'm going with 2 kids who are on my team. Well, 3 kids, but one of them is like one of my better friends. I'm going with Stevie, Clitty, inappropriate nickname. I apologize, and Pedro.
This is gonna be a half a rated R episode.
I know, right? So Stevie, I spent a lot of time with. Petey and Clitty.
PK?
Yeah, Petey Kelly and Clitty. I mean, I've never spent more than just like a night out with them. So like rooming with them and driving in a car for like 20 hours each way.
What if you end up
kinda
hating
excited.
them?
Yeah,
Like,
what,
I don't
what if
think I
What
would.
if you find one
But I
thing
might.
that you just like hate about Steve that you just like can't stand?
I might. That's why the road trip's great for it.
Great?
I
We
mean,
tear you apart.
but I'd rather know that than go the rest of my life not knowing what.
Yeah.
Like,
What if you never see them again?
I
You
know.
just like split up after college and
Yeah.
you just never know.
You're like, wow, the last
That
memory I
is
have
true.
is hating him on that.
Yeah, and
12-hour
then
road
you just
trip.
hate it. Hate him.
I mean, I have no rebuttal. Yeah, it could happen.
I'm trying super hard to talk you out
I was
of
gonna
this.
say, yeah, I feel like we're really taking the negative part of this. I'm sure there are. Great
I
positives.
love.
Have a
I'm
great
saying,
time on your
yeah,
trip.
yeah.
I love road trips, and I'll keep everyone posted via Snapchat if you want to.
Yeah. Wow.
Give it a follow.
I'll be on a plane. I'll be in Florida in like
Oh, yeah.
2
See,
hours.
here's a huge
I'm
thing.
there.
Another
Love
huge
airports,
thing.
by the way.
Yes, airports are awesome.
Awesome.
See, that's another thing. Airports are awesome.
Hey, two things. A, totally agree. Airports rock. Love airports. Huge fan because
I'm a huge fan of airports.
because you're going somewhere and it's awesome.
Everybody's jacked up to go somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, everyone's so happy.
However-
except for the people that are.
Business people.
However, yeah, that would stink. That would take away
Involve
all the fun of
a
the
long
airport.
layover.
The thing that I hate about flying is you're on someone else's schedule. That's what is awesome about driving is you can stop when you want, you can take a piss break when you want, you get there like when you want to. And in an airport, it's like an hour and a half delay. It's like I just got to
There
keep
are
sitting
these
here, you
things
know.
in airports as well as on the planes called bathrooms.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you're on
Yeah.
someone else's schedule. Like
Okay,
if you're
alright.
And
driving,
there's
I
bars
leave when I
everywhere in
want.
airports.
I leave when I want.
Goodness, another mimosa? Fine.
Yeah, like I'm stuck here for an hour and a half. All right, let's
Goodness.
go. Piling them on.
I'll be driving eating beef.
If I'm
jerky,
drinking
and
in
I'll
the
be having
car,
fun.
I'm sick. Can't do that. You can
Yeah.
do that in an airport.
And it's illegal. So
Not in
Andy-
Missouri. Not in Iowa.
or in Connecticut.
Or Connecticut.
So yeah,
The
we'll have
worst.
a couple
I
road
just
sodas
had
in
like the
Connecticut.
worst plane experience ever because I went to Vegas at
Yes.
the end of winter break,
Wow.
Okay,
but we had a red eye back.
I've never done a red eye.
Don't.
Yeah, what's that like?
Especially a red eye back from Las Vegas is the worst thing you could possibly do. I got so hungover on the plane, like the overnight plane, like we had, our flight was like 1 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
So like 3 o'clock in the morning, like I just got so
Oh.
hungover. It was so hot on that plane. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
I was dripping sweat, like
Oh,
had like
that's why planes
sweat,
stink.
like the
Planes
shakes,
stink.
like
Cars rule.
I felt so sick. I was like, I went to Vegas with my mom
Yeah.
and her friends, and
That's
she was
unreal.
sleeping. Yeah, it was a weird time. She was sleeping next to me,
That's
and
great.
I just like couldn't sleep, and then we had a 3-hour layover from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. in Chicago.
That sounds awful.
In Chicago, and we all just fell
Did you
asleep.
sleep? Yeah.
I just we just laid down. It was like probably 1 degree in the Chicago. Apparently, that's something a known fact is that the Chicago airport is always freezing.
Really?
It was
I've never been to Chicago.
Yeah.
I got back home and I wanted to sleep for 8 days, but I had to come back here.
That is tough. When I left Vegas, I think we had like an 8 a.m. flight, and that was kind of bad. But it was kind of similar. You wake up and you're just like, ooh, and then you're on the plane. You're like,
And then
this
you
sucks.
feel terrible.
I gotta be honest though.
It's a long flight
bad
too.
as
It's not just like a
Yeah.
quick Florida flight.
Yeah,
It's 6
no.
hours.
As
a
bad
long
as a
flight.
plane sounds, honestly, being in a car cramped coming out of that would
I
be
would
worse.
do that
No.
experience
No.
over
That's just-
again to not sit in a car for 16 hours.
That's wrong.
There you go.
It's just a wrong thing.
I guess the moral of the story is that there are two types of people.
There's road trip people,
There's road trip people,
and there's
and
soft people.
There's normal people.
There is rational
Road trip
people.
and
Yeah.
soft. Those are the two type of people.
Sorry, there are rational people.
I don't know. I'm team road trip, but
I know. That'll
Team
be a
road
good
trip
take.
for
We'll have
life.
to- we'll have to do a Twitter poll.
I know. Honestly,
Who,
we might have
who's in
to.
for the road trip?
Did you go to PCB last year, you said?
I did.
I did too.
Did you? It was the
Did.
greatest week of my entire life, and will
It
be
took
forever.
probably 40 years off my life.
Yeah, it was the
and
best thing
I
ever.
cannot go back.
Oh, I want to go
Cannot
back, but
Why? Whoa.
it was the best. It was
I
literally
can't.
the best week of my
Been
entire
there,
life.
done that. I'm just looking to lay on a beach and fall asleep on a beach and
Totally
just
different.
be drunk.
I'm itching to be back at Pineapple Willie's and Spinnaker and just partying.
Oh my
it
god,
up.
Spinnaker! I can't go back.
Did you go to Spinnaker? We went
Our
to
hotel was
Spinnaker.
next to Spinnaker.
Were you at the what's it called?
I don't remember
Um,
anything about PCB.
I forget the name. I
was talking to someone. I know the name Spinnaker because I was talking to someone
Yeah.
today about PCB. And
We
they
got-
remembered
we
the
went
name
to
of it.
Spinnaker.
I literally don't remember
Yeah,
anything.
we went to Spinnaker every night. We got the VIP pass.
Yeah, I
we were
think we did too.
We were instead of
Don't
going
remember,
different
but I think we
places,
did.
let's just go to Spinnaker because it's like a massive treehouse on the beach. It's
Yeah,
such a cool bar.
and they have
They have all
every
the
room you
That's
go
where
in,
Luke
there's,
does.
a
That's where
country-
Luke does his thing.
there's a
Yeah.
country room. Then there's hip hop, whatever.
Yeah, and they had
music.
remember
they had,
Mo Giles.
oh
Mo Giles
my
was
god!
awesome.
They my roommate.
Mo
Yeah,
Giles.
and they would scream that, and my roommate goes, "What are they screaming?" And I was
It was
like, "I don't know."
awesome.
She goes,
Oh.
"More jobs, more jobs, more jobs."
That's unreal.
And I was like, "Are we screaming about the economy?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What's
Just Mo
happening?"
Giles, just the best Southern rock band in the nation, right there.
Wow.
Oh, Mo Giles is great. Yeah, they had them on the big stage, then they had the techno stage, the hip hop stage,
Yeah,
the
there
lower
was,
rock stage. That place was just
It was
awesome. I loved it. I had literally, like I said, it was the best week I've ever had in my entire life. Collective, just 7 days straight
Wow.
of fun. It was great.
7 days of
Awesome.
exhaustion. My
That
two
ride
friends-
home was poopy.
Brutal.
The ride homes, I will say, I wish I could take a plane
Yeah.
home. The ride there is
Here's the
awesome.
thing. I know. Yeah, that has to be accounted into it. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't love
A road
roadies
trip
and
is
hate
there
the way
and
back. Exactly. That's
Well, no.
I can see
no.
on the way there, everyone's happy and they're
It's
pumped to
pumped
get
up,
there.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. On the way back,
But the road trip
that's a road trip.
is two ways.
But it depends what you're doing. The road trip to a spring break is different because it's going from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. If you're just say doing a road trip, I wanted to go to Cali and back on just a road trip that.
How
Just
long does that take? Days?
I want to do
That's
a
days.
month trip, a month Cali, just hit everywhere
Is that a week?
in a
How
car
long
for a
does that
month.
take?
That's
I
like
think
Dumb and
it's-
Dumber.
if you
driving
go
from Providence
straight to
Aspen.
Cali, I think it's 3 days or something.
If you don't stop.
Yeah, it's 50 hours, something like that. Just that's legitimately straight through. But I want to do a
Nice.
big month long, boom, 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 boom.
I
boom,
would
boom,
do
boom.
it in an RV.
Oh yeah, that'd be unreal.
Yeah, if I had some living space.
If I didn't have to
Sure.
sit in one seat, a seat like this
Yeah.
for 3 days,
Yeah,
then I'd do it.
My
I'd do
buddy
it in an
did a
RV.
one-on-one month longer, with just him and his buddy a month long trip around.
Wow.
Yeah, all the way to Cali and Arizona and all that and back. So that was
Those
pretty,
guys aren't best friends now.
pretty
That's-
impressive. Yeah, so that was nice. But
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
little thought you got there, Brad.
I know. So like I said, team road trip. Anything else you guys got on spring break?
No, just I think it'll be good for us to unwind for a bit, and we'll come back with some fresh perspective after break.
I've
If our
honestly
brain's
been,
still alive.
I've been unwinding this whole year. It's
Yeah. No,
besides
I'm
this
with
week,
that.
I mean, this week was hard.
I'm checked out. Man, I'm
Yeah.
outie. I'm outie.
The more we talk about it, the less I feel like I'm
Right?
going to my class
I'm
tomorrow.
good.
So
Know what?
I might be done too.
Know what
I think-
what we
we're
were
do that
talking
too.
about?
Does Dana go to class tomorrow? Twitter poll. After this.
A bet on whether I do or not, should
we're
I?
gonna- the people are gonna vote
Should you know?
on whether or not.
If
you're gonna-
if I go out tonight, I doubt that.
I'm going out tonight.
Are you?
It's my buddy's birthday.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
Birthday on a
Rose's.
Thursday. That's fun.
I know, right? But he's turning 23, so
Less fun.
less
Less fun than 21.
He's an old person.
22 wasn't bad. 22 I had last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Every single one of my
Yeah,
friends
that was
has
fun. You wished me a happy birthday.
I did.
And then I was like, Andy.
Wait, was that last? Like,
That was last-
Like
that was
Tuesday,
a
like a couple
Tuesday,
days ago.
We were,
No.
OTT.
That was last week
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Last-
Pre-Blarney Tuesday.
A couple Tuesdays ago, post Blarney Tuesday, was my friend's 21st.
Like
at
2 days ago
OTT,
Tuesday?
yeah.
No.
And wow, it was 2 days ago. Oh my God.
I was gonna say, I think she thinks it
Yeah.
was farther away.
Yeah,
than
no,
that.
like 8 days ago, Tuesday. No, like this Tuesday was her 21st, and the drunkest people at the bar were me, her, and then my roommate.
LFG. That's how it's supposed to be, right?
Like, I had so much fun on her 21st birthday that it still hurts.
Right? That's
unreal.
awesome. That's what you want, though.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of about them, but it's more so about everyone else getting to feed off of them.
Yes.
You know,
'cause
that's what a 21st birthday is all about.
Yeah, on my every one of my roommates has cried on their 22nd birthday.
Cried.
I showed it
Cried.
to you last Tuesday.
Like, it's
I didn't
the
really do
worst
I just, like,
birthday.
didn't do anything.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
After I told my friend Elise, who turned 21, I was like, it's all downhill from here.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy this night because they are
Save
all
it.
Yeah.
gonna suck.
I didn't, like, I just, like, I just literally a night, like, literally just, it was on a Friday, so I just, like, went out to the bar, like,
Mine
oh,
was-
it's my birthday.
I think mine was
Like,
on a
I didn't really
Tuesday.
do anything, you know?
Yeah,
it was
wait,
kind
you guys
of.
older than me? You guys are already 22?
I turned
I've been
22 in
22
October.
for 6
you're an old
months.
man.
Yeah, I
I'm
turned
an
22 in
old man.
October. I
Young gun.
drank 2 bottles of wine and cried.
Oh.
I was so hungover the next day. I was in my
And
room.
cried. I didn't go as far as to
Cried,
cry.
bawled my eyes out.
Dude, I shed tears last Tuesday.
It was.
I cried a couple
'cause you were-
weekends
'cause you
ago.
were
just
sad or 'cause you were
randomly
happy?
one.
Because
Or you don't remember?
I didn't pay for a single thing. You gave me 1,000,000 Red Bull vodkas.
Me?
Yeah, you were
Oh.
like,
That doesn't sound like me. I'm
You're
pretty
like-
cheap.
yeah, you were like, here,
RBVs.
have one. And I was like, what? And then you were like, oh, I think this is for you too. Might not have been from you.
I don't
You
think
were-
it
People
was.
just buy you drinks because apparently you just don't buy anything, so you just were giving them to him.
But see,
got
that's
the
the thing.
face for it.
When
I
you
don't-
hang out with him too, when you go to the bar, if you stand near him, you'll get free stuff too.
All right, well, cool. Count me in.
Yeah.
Where
just
you going
be nice
tonight?
to people.
You're the wagon.
I will be at OTT. Like,
All right, I'll be at OTT
every
tonight
night.
for sure. I'm gonna get all the free drinks because
Thursdays are
people are
good
gonna
night.
buy them for him.
Because
Yeah.
legitimately, our entire team works Thursday nights. So
Yeah.
Thursday nights are fun.
All those guys.
But they're not fun because no one's out because everyone's working. So they're kind of fun. They're good because you don't pay
Good
a
crowd,
whole
though.
lot.
Yeah.
It's a great crowd.
Oh, it's because you have friends. These aren't like
No.
strangers that are buying.
No,
you
yeah,
things.
these are just anyone. I kid you not.
I don't
Everybody.
think that. I didn't know about that. But I'm down. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Like, I just take drinks that are put in my area.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So maybe they're not even for me. I just take them.
Oh, so you steal things.
I don't know. I
You
don't
don't
know.
You'll have to find out. tonight.
This is news to
speaking of
me.
stealing, post Blarney morning.
Oh, here
so,
we go.
crippling hangover, like crippling.
Yep.
Like
I
couldn't
slept,
move.
I think, for 4 hours when I got home from
I
the
couldn't
game.
move
like a
from
solid 4
without
hour nap.
throwing up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And it was awful. And I had to go knock on some random person's house
Let's go.
and get my penis funnel back.
Oh, that is nice.
That
At
wasn't where I thought that was
10
going.
a.m.
honestly.
That took a
Post
huge
Blarney.
left turn.
I looked a mess. I don't even know if I had washed my face yet. I probably still had like shamrocks and like green shit all over my face. And I had to go knock on a door. Wrong door too. Knocked on the wrong house.
Oh, that's
Take one
the
was
best.
the wrong house. Okay.
Some kid, because okay, so
Run
we
it
were
back.
at
Run it
Railroad,
back.
and we have a funnel with a penis end,
Yes.
so it looks like a dick.
Hilarious.
It's awesome.
Naturally.
And, yeah, I was going to go into detail, but I'm not. And,
Save that for
It's
the
awesome.
next
The
episode.
X-rated version.
and, it got lost in all the commotion of the cops coming and everything. It got lost. We put it in the sink, and some kids came in and apparently took it, left with it, and then they were like tweeting at me all night, DMing me pictures with my penis funnel, torturing me, and I was like, "Can you just give it back? Like, where is it?" And they were like, "We're not giving it back." Like, blah blah. Or they were like, "We're gonna go to the bars later." I was like, "I just want my penis funnel back, and I wish you didn't take it."
I think
And
that was
How'd they
attempt to
get
be
it?
Friends with you. I don't think it worked.
they
though.
just took it from the sink. We were all running around the house, and they just went to the house and took it.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, I was like, "All right, no, really though, I need that back."
I need it.
But
Yeah.
he DM'd
Well, I
me.
don't
He was
need
like,
it, but-
"Yeah," he was like, "We're at Pike or something the other night."
Typical.
Jesus,
I
that
don't,
guy.
I don't know. I don't know where.
Typical
what frat
Pike.
they were at.
No, I like Pike. We
It might
actually,
not even be
in
Pike.
the podcast last night, we shout out Pike because
I
we like
don't
them.
even know what frat they were at, but
Sounds like Pike though.
it
No
might
offense.
have been Pike. I'm not sure. But
Couple
then
E's.
the next morning, he was like, "Oh, I'm on Sunset, whatever." I was like, "Okay, like I'm gonna come get it." So
Yeah.
whatever. And he was like, "Why are you being like this? Like I didn't steal." I was like, "Oh," he was like, "We just found it or something." I was like, "You stole it." And he was like, "Why are you being like this? We didn't even steal anything." He was like, "We just found it and took it." And I was like, That's the definition of
Found and
stealing.
took equals steal.
That's stealing. Yeah.
So then I had to, and then he gave it back though. I went and got it.
Moral of the story.
What a douche.
I have my
I got your
penis.
penis funnel.
Yeah,
Sick, man.
like sending me
Oh,
pictures
well.
all night just to torture me.
God, you should have thrown those out as tweets and been like, look at this loser trying to torture me with my
Should
own
have throat
penis
punched him.
funnel.
I should have.
I would have chimed in. I would have thrown a chirp in there.
Hey,
It's all good now though. I have my penis funnel back.
that's
Yeah,
just.
the moral of the story is never leave the penis funnel.
And we had to replace it. So it got taken from us by the cops at one of the tailgates for the football games. He was like, well, we asked if we could keep like the penis tip still, if we
Yeah.
could have like that handle.
Just
the,
for
cop, the cop said we could. He gave it back to us, but he took the funnel part. So we just had to buy a new funnel.
Oh, alright.
It's the OG penis tip though.
Okay. Oh,
With the,
this is
with the
legit.
not OG funnel. That's nice.
Yeah, it's hot
Wow.
now.
That's nice. It's very inappropriate, but it's nice.
Spencer's gifts. You want to buy? You
Yeah,
want to go
right?
get one?
Honestly. I mean, after that story, I don't know if I have anything. I think that takes the cake right there.
That was the highlight of my Blarney, having to soberly, cripplingly
Hunt down.
hangover go hunt down a penis funnel.
I
Hi,
like
I'm
it.
here for the penis
At
funnel.
like 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning, knocking on the wrong door asking for a penis funnel.
That's Blarney in a nutshell right there. So if you want
Honestly.
to have fun, come to UMass the Saturday before spring break, St. Patrick's Day, and stuff like that happens. But just don't steal anything. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Respect us.
Found and took equals
Respect
steal.
you,
too,
man.
which
Yeah.
is free.
Respect
You find
us.
it, and then we thought it was funny, so we took it.
If penis funnel stealer is listening, you're a douche.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Don't be a douche.
I don't even know if he goes here.
That's like rule number one.
Probably
What?
doesn't.
Do you
Remember?
go here?
Yeah.
Remember the Keno? I mean, the big sophomore year, like 75 arrests and like 65 of them were not UMassers.
Do you remember it? We just talked about it for probably like
Yeah.
30
Oh,
minutes.
well, I'm
Oh, you're
saying
saying the
I'm
stats,
remembering that stat.
The stat.
All
app.
right.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yes.
That
yeah,
stat.
it was. We were talking. My
So-
roommates and I were talking about it too. It's
Yeah,
like,
if you come to UMass and
Everyone-
Blarney,
yeah.
be nice. Don't
Yeah,
be
it's
mean.
not-
it's
it's
not us. It's
not
all
us
these
that ruined
outsiders.
it. It wasn't
Yeah.
everyone else that. It was everyone else that ruined it for us.
Exactly.
We cherish this holiday. They're just here to ruin
Like,
it.
greatest
Literally
day,
the greatest day of the
greatest
year.
UMass.
I mean, not like I would
And it's
know, but
over.
yeah, it's
It's literally like when I was trying to fall asleep, I was having trouble because I really
Maybe we should
wanted.
make like a Blarney number 2 or do something.
Well, yeah.
Another
There's that
themed-
kind of halfway to Blarney in September that like
Yeah.
kind of happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't really happen.
that. What about happened to the Hobart Hoedown?
That got like really shut down. by
Yeah.
UMass. They like really.
if you want, I can get that going.
You should.
We
you
should do that.
For some reason, the cops really catch wind of that.
There are enough.
You gotta call it something else. That's why, because I feel like they screen text and they see Hobart Hoedown and then they like figure it out. You
There are
gotta call it,
enough
like,
people, I bet,
the
that I
Andy
can
Hoedown.
bring together that we could try to.
Yeah, 'cause
Day
you're
drinks
on
are so
Hobart.
much more fun when they're themed.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like nothing beats a themed party
No,
or
I
like a
agree.
themed day drink.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
'Cause
I
if it's-
We need
totally,
another theme.
I totally agree.
It boosts. Boosts like
What's a
morale.
holiday?
As soon as
Let's
you're like,
do
oh, I
like
get to
let's
dress
do
up.
like the Easter. What's an E word? Easter enjoyment session.
Do you
No,
wanna
that was
get real
crickets
religious?
right there.
Get real
That's
religious.
something I never want to go to.
like
The Easter enjoyment session? No.
Like-
Sounds like you sit at church and paint eggs and like do
Yeah,
math.
Easter's not a good one. What about
Like-
Flag Day? Is Flag Day?
like hey now for Jesus
Flag
or
Day's a
something
thing.
like that.
There's Boxing Day.
Flag
that already happened.
Days.
Boxing
Yeah,
Day,
Boxing
yeah.
Days.
That's after Christmas. That's the day.
Flag
after.
Day is June.
Boxing Day is a huge soccer
June
day.
14th.
We'll
actually.
be here. I need to move out of my house by June 1st. I can't
I'm
think
like
about
May
graduation.
28th, 25th
Wow.
or something. I'm
That's gonna
before
be-
Memorial Day. I gotta
That's
be
gonna
out
be
of
an
here.
emotional couple of episodes of Keno Radio.
Oh
before
yeah.
graduation.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't
We're
even
I'm
think
getting
about it.
everyone whoever has come on
We're
the
doing
last
one.
episode. We're doing one giant one, and just kind of everyone gets to reminisce about everything.
By the way, am I still
I'm gonna
gonna
cry.
MC with you the club sports thing? We're getting really off topic.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Cut this
April
and we're gonna
20th.
keep-
Should we count this now?
We're gonna
Oh,
keep
yeah,
talking
yeah,
over
yeah.
anything.
Sure. Yeah,
Feeling-
unless you got anything
feeling-
else, because this was Blarney and spring break. So
I
anything
know,
else
huh?
on that? No, we're good to go. Well, I hope you enjoy your spring break, because I assume you're listening to this. If you're cool like me, in the car going down to Florida, or if you're lame like them in a plane and need something to do in the airport, because it's probably delayed for like 7 hours.
Probably
right
not.
now,
Probably
'cause
not.
Yeah,
planes
probably gonna be
stink.
on
Probably
time.
really on
Generally,
time.
flights are on time.
Oh yeah, a couple mimosas.
Well,
at the airport.
I hope you enjoyed it. Check us out, Keno Radio, at Twitter, at Keno Radio on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook.com/YouTube, SoundCloud, Gmail. Hit it all up. Check out the videos. We got a lot of, like I said, last episode, a lot of content came up last couple weeks. Check it out. For myself, Dana, Andy, thanks for coming on. Peace. Happy spring break.
Man, I love college. Do I really have to graduate, or can I just stay here for the rest of my life?
Keno Radio. Keno Radio.